Always thought I wanted to be a lawyer. Went to law school. I actually loved law school. Thought it was really intellectually challenging, great classmates. Between your first and second summer and your second and third summer at law school, you work for law firms, and I had really great people to work with, but I didn't enjoy it. So after I graduated, I thought it was because it was big firms. I went to a smaller firm in Columbus, Ohio, and third time I really didn't enjoy practicing law, so I finally figured I'm really not enjoying practicing law. And just fortuitously, I had a friend from the University of Dayton where I went to undergrad out in California in Silicon Valley at a company called Tandon Computer, and at the time there literally was a 0% unemployment rate out in Silicon Valley, so if you had a heartbeat you could get a job. And I'm a history major with a law degree, knowing nothing about tech, but I had a heartbeat, barely, and he offered me a job out in sales and marketing, and so I was still pretty young in my career, and my wife and I moved out to Silicon Valley in 1998. So a contact from the University of Dayton in Ohio landed me in Silicon Valley. I haven't lived in Ohio since the age of about 26, so I'm dating myself up for about 20 years now. I still consider myself an Ohioan and a Midwestern person. And when people talk to me, I always, where are you from? I said, I live in California, but I'm from Ohio originally. And so it really gratifies me. I have to admit, 20 years ago, I didn't think there was a lot of opportunities for people that were looking into tech. And different places like Indianapolis have really, really grown in the tech community. And I think it's a natural evolution. Quite frankly, love San Francisco. The Bay Area is great, but the cost, just real estate, the cost that you have to pay an employee just to have them a decent standard of living out there has become outrageously high. In my experience is you can get excellent people in the Midwest, whether it's from Notre Dame or Butler or Indiana University or Purdue, or I have to get plugged the University of Dayton, people with great engineering degrees, history majors, art history majors, great backgrounds. So really just as smart people. My experience is people in the Midwest stay at their companies longer. So from an employer perspective, you get great people stay at companies a lot longer, and people have a good work-life balance. And so we really believe that places like Indianapolis are going to really, and other places in the Midwest are going to grow the tech community, and it's going to be good for global companies because you can't be all based in one location. And so we think what Indianapolis is on the forefront is just going to continue throughout the Midwest in the world, with different tech communities really springing up. So it's interesting. We've respected interactive intelligence for a long time from a Genesys perspective. Gartner has something called the Magic Quadrant, and there were 4 companies in the Magic Quadrant: Genesys, Interactive, Avaya, and Cisco. And quite frankly, we kept losing to interactive intelligence in some market segments, and we really think it's because of the great innovation of the team at Interactive Intelligence. They really built products and solutions that serve different market segments really effectively, and had this all-in-one concept for your Pure Connect, and they had a pure cloud concept for a multi-tenanted SaaS solution. And we kept losing to them. We thought they had a lot of great employees, great intellectual property, and as I talked before, a great employee base. And so we thought, hey, the power of 2 of the 4 companies in the Magic Quadrant, Leaders Quadrant, would be more powerful together. We also see the market, as I referenced before, going global, where you need to have some people in the Bay Area, some in the Midwest, some overseas. And so we saw this as an opportunity to be the clear market leader in the large, medium, and small market segments for both premise and cloud, and get a lot of great intellectual capital with the customer base, with the intellectual property for the great innovation Interactive Intelligence has created for the past 25 years, and really be the clear, undisputed #1 leader in our space. A couple thoughts. Number one, we've really been impressed with the state of Indiana, from Governor Holcomb to Mayor Hogsett here in the city of Indianapolis, Marion County, really committed to public-private partnerships. And I really can tell you, we are in 50 states in the country. Indiana is one of the most progressive states in really thinking about partnerships with the private industry, and thinking about how education really intersects with companies. And so, as you know, we hire very highly skilled, generally college 2,000 graduates are highly technical skilled employees. And so the first thing that Indiana is doing a great job is, and I'm seeing really at the forefront of this, is they're really thinking about how the education system, not only the secondary education system, but once people graduate from the secondary institutions, how they go to universities or trade shows, trade schools, or colleges to get the kind of technical skills or really critical thinking skills to be good employees at the companies and have the right skill sets. And so I think it's a good mix of STEM, but you also need to know how to read and to write and to analyze things, and at least that's what I say, because I'm a history major and have a law degree. And so I really see public-private partnerships as important. I see the state of Indiana and the universities here with things like the Olin Fellowships and other really, I think, cutting-edge initiatives do a very good job of that. And then from a Genesys perspective in Indianapolis, we see it as an opportunity to grow talent, where we are getting people that are educated well. They might not all know all the things about customer experience or contact center or software, but they have the writing, reading, STEM skills, and I like the Midwestern work ethic. The people work hard. You can really take all those things and you can mold people into fantastic professionals. And what we hope is that our employees, our less experienced employees, are seeing that we're investing in them and they're investing in us, and that they're going to stick around and grow with Genesys in Indianapolis, or we believe more employees are going to move from other places to Indianapolis, but we also offer opportunities if they want to do a foreign stint or other things to get a more global background. So we are going to be hiring aggressively going forward in Indiana. We do have a distributed workforce, and that is not for everyone. But we have locations, for instance, we are hiring software developers in the Bay Area. We're hiring them in Indianapolis, in Toronto, in Canada, and Raleigh. Those are just 4 R&D locations we have in North America. We also have locations in Burlington, Massachusetts, and we have locations throughout the world in France, in Israel, in Northern Ireland, in India, in Russia, and the Philippines. So we've really got a distributed R&D software development system, and we really think that's great because you get different talents and different expertise, even in software development, different detailed knowledge bases based upon where the university someone was at, where different tech hubs gravitate to different technologies. And so absolutely opportunities in Indianapolis for people that are interested in software development. We also have, we're hiring in finance and human resources and marketing and sales. And so we're really just looking for great talent that someone's interested in working in Indianapolis, but on a global scale, where you're going to get exposed to many different countries, many different philosophies. And if you're a software developer, you're going to learn from everyone in the world, and they're going to learn from people in Indianapolis. If you're someone in sales, you're going to be an opportunity to go see different places around the world. And so whatever discipline. So we're really bullish on Indianapolis. We hope that your audience would consider working for Genesys, because we think it's a great place to work, and you're going to get a lot of growth opportunities in your professional development personally and for the company. Yeah, it's somewhat selfish that we're passionate about employee engagement, but really believe that happy and engaged employees equal happy and engaged customers, which equals happy shareholders. And so it's a virtuous cycle. And we spend a lot of time, whether it's, this week we're actually having a Women in Leadership lunch tomorrow. We believe it's important that more and more women are becoming in STEM technologies, and we want to be known as the leader on working with women in leadership in tech. We also believe so that's just one avenue, that people that are less experienced, if we can help them grow in their professional career, they're more likely to be productive members of Genesys and productive people of the tech community. Yes. We sponsor hackathons all the time, where we let people work on open source projects and different things of their interest, a part of their time. So happy and engaged employees that are working on open source, that feel valued in leadership, that see that we're diverse, not only in gender, but in race and geographic location. We think that just helps the company overall. And quite honestly, it's selfish. The better employees that we attract and retain, it's great for our customers and partners, and it's great for our shareholders. It's a great virtuous cycle, but I really believe we look at it every quarter, and not just every quarter, we formally look at it every quarter, but we really focus on how engaged, how happy are our employees, and we really think that's part of the secret to our success. We really think that women provide a phenomenal expertise in STEM, and not only that, but our teams that have both women and men are more successful than teams that are just men or just, quite frankly, just women. And so we think a diverse workplace, we really value that as a company, that a diverse workplace is important. On a personal note, I have a 14-year-old daughter that is really strong-willed, and I want to make sure that she has as many opportunities in the world as I have and other people. And so there's also a personal agenda here for me that it's really important that women in tech continue to grow, because it's still too small a percentage compared to the workforce as a whole. So I think we've got a responsibility as Genesys, but I also have a responsibility as a father to make sure that women have a great place in technology.